Hello students, welcome to Affairs Cloud. My name is Vikas. We have an app by the name Careers Cloud which you can go and download through Play Store. Once you have downloaded the application, you will be able to easily log in using your Gmail ID. Once you have logged in, you will be redirected to this page where you will be getting this UI and there will be option for home, all courses, my courses and doubt section. On this application, you will be getting multiple PDFs, multiple content on daily basis that will be enhancing your learning. Our first segment is daily current affairs. We make sure to provide you current affairs on daily basis in both English as well as in Hindi content. The PDFs for the same are uploaded on our application, and apart from this, we also make sure to provide you with quizzes that will help you to revise the content after you have gone through the PDF. Next comes our weekly content. The content is also provided in both English as well as in Hindi, and here we also make sure to provide you quiz also of that past week's current affairs that will be enhancing your learning, as it is a compilation of the important topics, important MCQ questions for the last week. Similar for the monthly, the PDFs are very important. They provide you insights of various topics, as well as we also make sure to provide you the quiz of monthly questions that are very important for learning. Next, we also provide you with important PIB articles on daily basis so that you can go through these articles and have an insight about that particular topic. Not just this, we also make sure to provide you important events that are happening globally and make sure to give you the right analysis. One of the most important segment of our application is that we make sure to provide you with the correct exam analysis. When you are having exam, we make sure to provide you with previous year questions so that the student can go through the exam pattern and the syllabus and can prepare the exam accordingly based on the pattern. After the exam, we also make sure to provide you with the exam analysis. Then for the students who are preparing for state exams, they will be also beneficial here, as we will make sure to provide with state-wise current affairs for them. Apart from this, we also make sure to cover the topic-wise current affairs such as your national affairs, government schemes, international affairs, banking and finance, economy and businesses, as these are the topics from which the examiner definitely asks the question, and these are covered on the monthly basis. So friends, do check our application. It will be a one-stop solution for learning. Apart from this, friends, Careers Cloud is hiring. We are looking for candidates for subject matter experts in quants, reasoning and English, and also we are looking for a content creator for current affairs topic on daily basis, weekly basis and monthly basis. There is also an opening for a person who can translate the English content into Hindi. If you want to apply, you can scan the code here for further details, or you can go to the description and click the link below. These positions are available both in full-time and freelance for serious candidates. Apart from this, all those students who are going to attend SBI Clerk Mains exam on 4th of March, kindly share the general awareness questions that will be asked in the exam, as these statement type questions are being increased and it is getting difficult to get the exact questions for our analysis. These analysis will help the students in future for preparation and getting the idea of what type of questions are being asked in the exam. There are three ways by which you can share the question. First way, that is you can mail us. Second, we have initiated a post in our Careers Cloud application that is specifically for these questions only. You can comment below the questions in that post. And third way, you can comment the questions in these videos comment section also. And best of luck to all those students who will be attending the question paper on 4th of March. Hello everyone. So in this video, we will be discussing important current affairs for 2nd March. The session will be quite interesting, friends, so do pay attention till the end. You will be learning multiple things that will be beneficial in your learning. So let's start. First is national affairs. Union Minister Smriti Irani has launched a logo, a website of Alliance for Good, Alliance for Global Good, Gender Equity and Equality. Right, this event, that is Alliance for Global Good, Gender Equity and Equality, this is an event that was held in New Delhi. Correct, this was held in New Delhi, and for this a logo and a website was launched by Smriti Irani. Correct, and then remember, this logo forms an alphabet E that symbolizes equality and equity. Then remember, if we talk about this Alliance for Global Good, Gender Equity and Equality, this was launched by India, and it was launched during the 54th annual meeting of the World Economic Forum 2024. Where was this held? This was held in Davos, Switzerland in the month of Jan 2024. Then this alliance is aligning with India's vision to lead the women-led development and represent a step up towards the gender equality. Correct? So basically this will be for, as the name suggests, gender equity and equality, towards gender equality, where women will also be encouraged to work. And this was launched by India during 54th annual meet of World Economic Forum that was held in Switzerland in the month of Jan 2024. Then this alliance will be supported by Government of India, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, then CII and Center for Women Leadership with World Economic Forum and various other partners across the globe. Next is Arunachal Pradesh recently got how many GI tags? GI tag is your geographical indication tag. This tag represents a tag for a product of that particular state. Correct? So recently Arunachal Pradesh, they got a total of how many tags? A total of 12 tags. Correct? Take a note of this. Then if I ask you, where is the geographical indication registry? It is in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Right? So coming back, Arunachal Pradesh, they received a total of 12 GI tags, and the total number of GI tags in Arunachal Pradesh is 20. If we talk about the Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh, who is he? Pema Khandu. And apart from this, remember, Namdhapa National Park is also located in Arunachal Pradesh. Moving on. Which two ministry jointly launched nationwide awareness campaign Mera Pehla Vote Desh Ke Liye? This was done by Ministry of Education and Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. These are the two ministries that have jointly launched a nationwide awareness campaign Mera Pehla Vote Desh Ke Liye. Correct? That is my first vote for my country. This was to encourage the first time election voters to participate in 2024 Lok Sabha elections. And for the same reason, if you remember, Sachin Tendulkar and Rajkumar Rao, they were appointed as national icons in order to promote voter awareness. Correct? Take a note of this. Then under this campaign, this Mera Pehla Vote Desh Ke Liye campaign, various events will be organized in universities, colleges, higher education institutes and so on. And the activities such as competitions on blog writing, podcast, debates, essay writing, quizzes will also be conducted. Then if we talk about Lok Sabha election, right, we know that Lok Sabha elections will be held, right? Lok Sabha is known as the lower house of the party. By constitution, there are 552 total seats, right? And in this, 530 are representing states, 20 are representing UTs, and 2 are representing Anglo-Indian community, right? And the term for the Lok Sabha is for 5 years. Then Rajya Sabha is known as the upper house of the upper house and also known as Council of States, and this Lok Sabha is known as House of the People. Then in Rajya Sabha, the total number of seats are the total representation is 250, out of which 238 is representative by states and union territories, and 12 people here are nominated by the president. Next is, what is the rank of India in International IP Index? IP is your intellectual property index. That means when you have discovered something or you have done research and formed a way of doing something differently, uniquely. That means, for example, someone developed a product, and this product, say X product, this product has not been developed by anyone in the world. So this person, say A person, will have the IP rights of this person, of this particular product. Correct? So this is your intellectual property, right? Or we can say it is how creativity tech talks about the creativity. right? So what is the rank of India in international IP index? So internationally, if we talk about various countries, then at what position does India's research and development and these IP intellectual property stands? So India's rank here will be 42nd. USA is on the first position here, correct? USA topped the list here with UK on second position and France on third position, whereas India is on 142nd position. Let me show you the index. First USA, second UK, third France, fourth Germany, fifth Sweden, and on 142nd position is India. Then remember, this was the 12th edition. This was the 12th edition of International Intellectual Property Index by USA Chamber of Commerce, and India secured 42nd position here. Next, what was the India's GDP growth rate in the third quarter of fiscal year 24? See, in this third quarter, India was expected that India will be growing close to 7 to 7.5%, right? But in actual rate terms, India grew by 8.4% in the third quarter of fiscal year 24. This is better than expectation, and this data released by NSO, that is National Statistical Office. This comes under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, right? And we know that India is on the trajectory to become the third largest economy, right? And manufacturing and infrastructure development is a major source of the growth in India right now, whereas all the countries globally there is a chance of recession there, and there is saying even major economists are saying that USA will be having a hard landing. But still, on the other side, being a developing country, India is showing a tremendous growth, and we are clocking 8.4%. That is a huge success for India. Let's move. Next, who will be conferred with the honorary knighthood by the King Charles III of UK? So Sunil Bharti Mittal. Let me show you. Sunil Bharti Mittal became the first Indian citizen to be conferred with the honorary knighthood by the King Charles III. Correct? I repeat, Sunil Bharti Mittal, he is the founder and chairman of Bharti Enterprise, and he became the first Indian citizen to be conferred with the title of the Knight Commander of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire under the King Charles III reign for his contribution for services to UK and India business relation. KBE, that is Knight Commander of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire, is one of the highest honors conferred by the British sovereigns to civilians, granted to foreign nationals in recognitions for their outstanding contribution. Right? If we talk about Sunil Bharti Mittal, he founded Bharti Enterprise in 1976, which started its telecom service business by launching mobile services in Delhi in 1995. Right? Next, in 2007, he was honored with Padma Bhushan, correct, for trade and industry. Moving on, who is been appointed as the new chairman of Lokpal? Important question. Recently, President of India Draupadi Murmu ma'am appointed new chairman and members of Lok Sabha. Right? Lokpal. And what is Lokpal? Lokpal is the anti-corruption authority in India. Anti-corruption authority in India. So, President of India Draupadi Murmu ma'am appointed new chairman and members of Lokpal. Who is the new chairman? Justice Ajay Manek Rao. Let me show you here in the picture. Justice Ajay Manek Rao has been appointed as the new Lokpal and new chairman of the Lokpal. Correct? He has been appointed as the new chairman of Lokpal. Take a note of this. Right? He was born in 1957 in Pune, Maharashtra. He was appointed as the additional judge of the Bombay High Court in 2000. Then he served as the Chief Justice of Himachal Pradesh High Court, correct, from April to November 2013 and so on. Correct? Coming back, Justice Ajay Manik Rao Khanwilkar appointed as the chairman of Lokpal. Next, who has been reappointed as MD and CEO of Jana Small Finance Bank. So Ajay Kanwal has been reappointed as the MD and Chief Executive Officer of Jana Small Finance Bank. He will be in this position for 3 years, that is from 21st of March 2024 till 20th of March 2027. For 3 years he will be in this position. Right? Take a note of this. Next is MS Kamath, appointed as the Managing Director of Mangalore Refinery and Petrochemicals Limited. I repeat, according to the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, the competent authority has approved the appointment of MS Kamath as the MD on the board of the Mangalore-based Mangalore Refinery and Petrochemicals Limited. He will be serving the post until the date of its superannuation on 30th of November 2027 or any further notice. He will be succeeding Sanjay Verma. Take a note of this also. So MS Kamath appointed as MD of Mangalore Refinery and Petrochemicals Limited by succeeding Sanjay Verma. Next is Science and Technology, DRDO. DRDO has recently DRDO successfully conducted the flight test of VHS ORADS missile in Chandipur, Odisha. That is Swaraj. Correct? So DRDO, they successfully conducted the flight test of VSHORADS, means very short range air defense system, right? A man portable, that is MANPAS, a man portable air defense system of the coast of Odisha on 28th and 29th of February. Correct? So I repeat, very short range air defense system missile, that is a man portable air defense system. This was tested off the coast of Odisha on 28th and 29th of February. This missile was tested from a ground based portable launcher, as you can see here. This is the missile that has been launched. Correct? And it was tested off the coast of Odisha. Right? Tested by whom? It was tested by DRDO. Next is L&T. L&T is your Larsen & Toubro. It is Mumbai, Maharashtra based company, and they have commissioned the first indigenously manufactured hydrogen electrolyzer. This hydrogen electrolyzer will be, or this green hydrogen plant will be at Hazira, that is in Gujarat. Right? Take a note of this. And the electrolyzer has a rated power capacity of 1 megawatt, expandable to 2 megawatt. Next is related to sports. India's women football team finished runner-up in the Turkish Women Cup 2024. I repeat, the Indian women's football team, that is nicknamed as Blue Tigress, finished the runner-up after they lost to Kosovo in the finals of the Turkish Women Cup 2024. Right? This was held where in Alanya, Turkey. So coming back, India's women football team finished runner-up in the Turkish Women's Cup, and this Turkish Women's Cup was held in Alanya, Turkey. Right? And India's Manisha Kalyan was awarded with the best midfielder of the tournament for her exemplary display throughout the competition. Also, it also marks India's best performance in their 3 appearances in 24, 21 and 2019. But coming back, important thing, 2 things to remember. Who was awarded with best midfielder of the tournament award? India's Manisha Kalyan. And who was the runner-up here? Indian women football team finished runner-up in the Turkish Women's Cup 2024. Next is important days. Zero Discrimination Day, observed on 1st of March. And it is to promote equality, inclusion, peace, diversity while raising the awareness about the harmful impact of discrimination worldwide. So Zero Discrimination Day observed on 1st March. Right? And 1st March 2024 marks the observance of the 10th edition or the 10th anniversary of the Zero Discrimination Day. Then the theme that you need to remember for it is to protect everyone's health, protect everyone's right. This is the theme, and the symbol of Zero Discrimination Day is butterfly. It represents a symbol of transformation. Right? This is the theme, to protect everyone's health, protect everyone's right. Next is World Civil Defense Day, observed on 1st of March, and it is observed across the globe on 1st of March to honor the significance of civil defense and the personnel who have sacrificed their life for it. 1st of March marks the observance of the 35th edition of the World Civil Defense Day, and the theme that you need to remember here for the same is honor heroes and promote safety skills. I repeat, honor heroes and promote safety skills. Then the slogan for the day is innovative technologies in the civil protection service. Next is 48th Civil Accounts Day. This Civil Accounts Day is annually observed across India on 1st of March to mark the Foundation Day of the Indian Civil Account Services, that is one of the civil services functioning under the Department of Expenditure of Ministry of Finance, and this was the 48th edition of the observed, or this is the 48th edition of the Civil Accounts Day observed on 1st of March. So friends, these were your important current affairs. Now let's move to one-liner revision. Our Union Minister Smriti Irani launched a logo, a website for Alliance for Global Good, Gender Equality and Equity. This is basically to promote the women equality around the world. Then 12 indigenous product recently got GI tag from Arunachal Pradesh. Ministry of Education and Ministry of Information and Broadcasting launched nationwide awareness campaign, that is मेरा पहला वोट देश के लिए. Then US Chambers International Intellectual Property Index 2024 was released and India secured 42nd position and USA topped here. India's GDP grew at 8.4% in the third quarter of fiscal year 24 and economy to expanded 7.6% in fiscal year 24 as per NSO. Then Sunil Bharti Mittal conferred with the honorary knighthood by the King Charles III of UK. President appointed new chairman and member of Lokpal. Justice A.M. Khanwilkar appointed as the chairman of Lokpal. Ajay Kanwal reappointed as MD and CEO of Jana Small Finance Bank. MS Kamath appointed as Managing Director of Mangalore Refinery and Petrochemicals Limited. DRDO conducted successful flight test of VSHOR-DES missile in Chandipur, Odisha. L&T commissioned first indigenously manufactured hydrogen electrolyzer at Hazira in Gujarat. I repeat, Zero Discrimination Day on 1st March. World Civil Defense Day on 1st March. 48th Civil Accounts Day on 1st March. So these are your important current affairs for the day, friends. Do like the video if you find this session interesting and important, and comment below and let us know what are your views for the same. Now let's move to some revision current affairs, friends, that will be very beneficial in your learning. First is Sant Guru Ravidas statue was unveiled by Prime Minister Narendra Modi where? So this Sant Guru Ravidas statue is in Varanasi, that is in Uttar Pradesh, and this was on his 647th birth anniversary that PM Narendra Modi has unveiled the statue of Sant Guru Ravidas. Apart from this, remember, Prime Minister Narendra Modi was on his visit to Gujarat and Uttar Pradesh on 22nd and 23rd of Feb respectively, and PM Narendra Modi, he laid the foundation stone of various development projects worth more than 60,000 crore rupees in Gujarat on 22nd of Feb, and he also laid down various development projects worth more than 13,000 crore rupees in UP, correct? And he was in Varanasi. Apart from this, PM Modi also inaugurated quick pontoon opening mechanism system in Varanasi, UP. If we talk about UP, who is the Chief Minister of UP? Yogi Adityanath, Governor Anandiben Patel, and capital is Lucknow. Next, name that small finance bank that has recently become the official banking partner with Chennai Super Kings. तो वो है Equitas स्मॉल फाइनेंस बैंक. ये चेन्नई सुपर किंग्स का ऑफिशियल बैंकिंग पार्टनर बन गया है. नेक्स्ट इज DAC, डिफेंस एक्विजिशन काउंसिल. इन्होंने अप्रूव किया एक्सेप्टेंस ऑफ नेसेसिटीज वर्थ 84,560 करोड़ रुपीस, राइट, ताकि जो इंडियन आर्म फोर्सेस है एंड इंडियन कोस्ट गार्ड है, इनको जो भी टेक्नोलॉजी, जो भी प्रोडक्ट की रिक्वायरमेंट है, उसमें बूस्ट लाया जा सके. Moving on, in which city Indian Armed Force has recently demonstrated the exercise Vayu Shakti 24 in Feb 2024. तो पोखरान राजस्थान में हमने ऑब्जर्व करा वायु शक्ति एक्सरसाइज, राइट. 17 फरवरी को ये एक्सरसाइज हुई एंड राजस्थान में हुई, राइट. इन पोखरान राजस्थान। इंडियन एयरफोर्स के द्वारा इस एक्सरसाइज को कंडक्ट कराया गया था और यहीं पर एक थीम याद रखेंगे इस एक्सरसाइज की। थीम क्या है? लाइटनिंग स्ट्राइक फ्रॉम द स्काई। लाइटनिंग स्ट्राइक फ्रॉम द स्काई। Who launched first ever startup Mahakumbh registry website and logo? So remember, Union Minister of Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal, right? Union Minister of Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal has unveiled a new database for India's startup ecosystem, and it has been named as Bharat Startup Ecosystem, correct? For which a website, a logo was launched of Startup Mahakumbh, right? So remember, Bharat Startup Ecosystem, right? We know that we are focusing more and more on startups in India, and we want to develop more startups so that when more startups will be there, more job opportunities will be there, because India is having the largest population in the world. So it is very difficult to provide job opportunities to so many people. So with startups, where new businesses, they will be hiring new people so that people will be getting job opportunities here, correct? It is one of the reason for also having this startup ecosystem in India. Then coming back, next is NABARD. NABARD partnered with which organization to support the rural women self-help groups? Right? Self-help groups, in order to support them, in order to help them grow, in order to provide them with various knowledge about entrepreneurship and how to make a business big, correct? So for that, NABARD has partnered with which organization? They partnered with DNRLM. DNRLM is Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, National Rural Livelihood Mission, correct? So NABARD partnered with DNRLM to support the women in self-help groups. Under this MOU, both NABARD and NRLM, they will empower the women self-help groups through capacity building, market support, financial inclusion activities, and this MOU will be for 3 years. Correct? Next, if we talk about NABARD, who is the chairman of NABARD? Shaji KV. Where is the headquarter? It is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Next, who released the postal stamp to mark the AIRF centenary celebration? So, Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnav, right? I repeat, Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnav has released a postal stamp to mark AIRF centenary celebration. What is AIRF? AIRF is All India Railwaymen's Federation, correct? So, Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav has released a commemorative postage stamp to mark 100 years of All India Railwaymen's Federation in an event that was held at Karnail Singh Railway Station, that is in New Delhi. Right, then remember AIRF, this is one of the oldest and the largest trade unions in India. It was established on 24th of April 1924 but was recognized by Railway Board in 1929. IRDAI ने अनाउंस किया रिकॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ द एक्सपर्ट कमेटी ऑन इम्प्लीमेंटेशन ऑफ इंडियन अकाउंट स्टैंडर्ड्स एंड इंटरनेशनल फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स इन द इंश्योरेंस सेक्टर। क्वेश्चन आ जाता है कि द रिकॉन्स्टिट्यूटेड कमेटी विल बी चेयर्ड बाय डैश मेंबर ऑफ IRDAI। तो ये जो कमेटी फॉर्म की गई है एक्सपर्ट कमेटी, ये चेयर किसके द्वारा की जाएगी? क्वेश्चन ये पूछा जा रहा है। तो किनके द्वारा चेयर की जाएगी? तो ये की जाएगी रजय कुमार सिन्हा के द्वारा, ठीक है। इससे पहले रजय कुमार सिन्हा ये आपके मेंबर थे फाइनेंस एंड इन्वेस्टमेंट डिपार्टमेंट के ऑफ IRDAI। मूविंग ऑन, इन फेब इसरो के द्वारा अभी एक सैटेलाइट लॉन्च की गई यूजिंग देयर GSLV F-14, ये रॉकेट का नाम है। इसके मदद से इस सैटेलाइट को लॉन्च किया गया। सैटेलाइट है इनसेट 3DS, ये एक मेट्रोलॉजिकल सैटेलाइट रहेगी, राइट। श्रीहरिकोटा आंध्र प्रदेश से इसको लॉन्च किया गया था एंड जियोसिंक्रोनस स्टेशनरी ऑर्बिट में इसको लॉन्च किया जाएगा। नेक्स्ट आ जाता है स्पेसएक्स, इन्होंने लॉन्च किया ओडेसिस, ये एक रोबोटिक लूनर लैंडर है। किस कंपनी का है? इंट्यूटिव मशीन का है, करेक्ट। एंड दिस वाज लॉन्च यूजिंग फैल्कन 9 रॉकेट, फ्लोरिडा USA से इसको लॉन्च किया गया। डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन, तो ओडेसिस ये एक क्या है? रोबोटिक लूनर लैंडर है, इंट्यूटिव मशीन्स का है। स्पेसएक्स ने फैल्कन 9 रॉकेट की मदद से इसको स्पेस में लॉन्च किया। What is the theme of the Financial Literacy Week 2024? So the theme of this Financial Literacy Week 2024 is Make a Right Start, Become Financially Smart. This is the theme of the Financial Literacy Week, and this RBI's Financial Literacy Week is observed from 26th of Feb to 1st of March. Right, and the theme is Make a Right Start, Become Financially Smart. The 2024 theme targets young adults, mainly students here. Right? Take a note of this. Which organization raised $3.5 billion through global bond offering? So, which is it? It is Asian Development Bank, right? Asian Development Bank, they have raised $3.5 billion through a 5-year bond offering, right? And this bond will become a part of Asian Development Bank's ordinary capital resource. Then remember here the coupon rate is 4.375% and this will be paid semi-annually. The maturity date, as we saw, 5 years, it will be March 6th of March 2029. Right? If we talk about Asian Development Bank, who is the president of Asian Development Bank here? Matsusugu Asakawa. Headquarter is in Manila, Philippines, and it was established in 1966 and there are 68 member countries of Asian Development Bank. किस कंट्री के वीमेन बैडमिंटन टीम हैज रिसेंटली वन गोल्ड मेडल एट द बैडमिंटन एशिया टीम चैंपियनशिप फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम? तो हमारी इंडियन वीमेन बैडमिंटन टीम ने भी गोल्ड मेडल जीत लिया है एंड दिस इज फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम इंडिया ने यहाँ पे गोल्ड मेडल जीता एट द बैडमिंटन एशिया टीम चैंपियनशिप. करेक्ट, इंडिया टॉप पे रहा. इंडिया ने थाईलैंड को फाइनल्स में हराया है, तो थाईलैंड सेकंड पोजीशन पे आ जाता है. जापान एंड इंडोनेशिया थर्ड पोजीशन पे आ जाते हैं. फिर इसका जो इवेंट था वो कहाँ पर हुआ था, ये लोकेशन भी इंपॉर्टेंट है. तो मलेशिया में हमें ये बैडमिंटन एशिया टीम चैंपियनशिप देखने को मिली. नेक्स्ट, व्हेन वाज द 13th वर्ल्ड पेंगोलिन डे ऑब्जर्व्ड अक्रॉस द ग्लोब? तो 13वां वर्ल्ड पेंगोलिन डे कब ऑब्जर्व किया जाता है? 17 फरवरी को हम ऑब्जर्व करते हैं वर्ल्ड पेंगोलिन डे. याद रखेंगे 17 फरवरी 2024 में हमने इसको ऑब्जर्व किया. जनरली कब ऑब्जर्व करते हैं? थर्ड सैटरडे ऑफ फेब मंथ में हम इसको ऑब्जर्व करते हैं एंड इस बार 2024 में 17 फरवरी को था एंड 13th वर्ल्ड पेंगोलिन डे है. इसी को हम एंट ईटर भी बोलते हैं. राइट. Next is important days. Rare disease day observed on 29th of Feb. That is the last day of the February. It can be either 28 or 29 because this is a leap year, so it will be 29th of Feb. And this day is observed to create awareness of the rare disease and their impact on the people they affect. This rare disease day is observed on 29th of Feb and it marks the 17th observance of the rare disease day. Theme here is share your colors. This is the theme for the rare disease day observed on 29th of. Next is our homework section. First, recently Election Commission of India started मेरा पहला वोट देश के लिए campaign with which ministry? Second, Kulasekarapatinam. This is a spaceport recently seen in news is located in which state? Third, what is BioTRIG recently seen in news? Fourth, which South American country has recently declared a health emergency due to rising cases of dengue fever? Important. More than 40,000 cases has been registered since Jan of this month 2020 or Jan of this year 2024. Fifth, NIA, that is National Institute of Ayurveda, signed an agreement with which country to promote Ayurveda and Thai traditional medicines, right? Take a focus on this and you will be getting the answer. So these are your 5 homework questions, friends. I need to see maximum participation from all the students. That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session and you can follow us on the YouTube channel as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairs Cloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is affairscloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com. And I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.